Am I the a-hole for slapping my boss for calling me an unaliver in public multiple times? Throwaway account. Some things have been weighing heavily on my mind after a recent conflict in the workplace. I work as a senior researcher in an international, privately funded laboratory that conducts research on cancer treatments. The issue began about 2 weeks ago, when I was transferred from one department to another due to the opening of a position in the new department. Initially, my new boss welcomed me warmly. To my surprise, he is only 1 year older than me, and everything seemed very cordial at first. 2 days after I joined the department, he began introducing me to colleagues. During one such introduction, he casually let it slip that I had unalived someone and crippled another person. I was completely appalled. I later asked him privately not to mention this to anyone. However, to my horror, after that conversation he made it a point to repeatedly tell new people that I had unalived someone. 3 days ago, I got into a minor argument with a coworker over record keeping. My boss intervened and told the other employee to apologize quickly or else I would unalive him. I became visibly angry but managed to control myself. Later, I went to my boss and told him that what he had said was completely inappropriate. He dismissed my concerns, saying he was only trying to lighten the mood and that I should not take it seriously. Yesterday, we had an interdepartmental dinner. Once again, he began telling people that we had a new member in our department and that everyone was scared of me because I had unalived someone in the past. At that point, I lost control. I slapped him in front of everyone and shouted at him for spreading information about my private life. He immediately left the party, and the atmosphere at work today has been extremely tense. The Human Resources Department required him to submit a written apology to me. They also asked whether I wanted to transfer to a different department, which I accepted. Context regarding the unaliving incident: when I was 25, I lived in Asia with my cousin and was interning at a company there. Our workplace hosted team dinners every Tuesday to promote team bonding, so I returned to her apartment late one night. Around 1 a.m. when I arrived, I noticed that her apartment door was open, and I could hear multiple voices inside. I rushed in and saw 2 men assaulting her. One of the men noticed me and charged at me. I struck him quickly and forcefully, throwing him out of the apartment. He slipped in the stairwell and fell 2 floors, breaking multiple bones. The second man reacted to the noise and attempted to stab me. I managed to wrestle the knife from him, sustaining several cuts on my arm in the process, and used a judo throw. Unfortunately, he landed on his neck. When the police arrived, he was pronounced dead. Fortunately, there was CCTV footage in the building corridors that clearly showed the men breaking into my cousin's apartment. They were local criminals who had been stalking her and believed they could rob her. I was not found guilty, as the incident was ruled legitimate self-defense. However, because I was not a citizen of that country, I eventually had to leave. This event has always been deeply traumatizing for me and even caused me to stop training in martial arts for 2 years. I rarely speak about it, especially since it occurred in another country. However, due to the sensitive nature of my work, extensive background checks are conducted, and department heads are informed of our histories. My boss must have learned about the incident without understanding the full context, and I am unsure what he was trying to accomplish by repeatedly bringing it up. I also feel guilty for losing my temper in a public setting and embarrassing another person. So now, I am conflicted. Update: 1. I have been transferred back to my original department, retaining the new position and designation. My former boss welcomed me back, and I am relieved to be among familiar faces again. 2. He has formally apologized, and I have also apologized to him personally. 3. After consulting my lawyer, we contacted him and his legal counsel. None of us wished to jeopardize our careers by engaging in prolonged legal proceedings. 4. The laboratory has offered both of us 2 weeks of paid leave, which I am considering accepting. 5. From an official standpoint, although HR is largely on my side, a disciplinary note will be placed in both of our files. After returning from leave, we will be required to attend mandatory workplace etiquette seminars. 6. The laboratory has provided written assurance that we will not work on the same projects, serve on panels together, or evaluate one another. If I am considered for a higher position or major research role in the future, his review will not factor into the decision.